So there is a mistake people make when they buy vehicles or before they buy vehicles, and they also make mistakes on how they use these vehicles. So I'm going to use Pojoka as an example, or to explain what I mean. Before people buy cars, they don't really ask themselves what they want out of vehicle or what they need from a car. Just go ahead and buy. Oh, everybody is driving this, so let me buy this. Let me buy this model. Let me buy this, or buy from this brand of vehicle or this and that. They don't really ask themselves, okay, of all the options available. That's if it actually occurs to them that each vehicle have options, or each model of cars have options. You see people telling you, oh, my car is consuming fuel, yet my friend's car of the same model is not consume less than mine. And when you now start asking questions, you find out that his friend's car is probably a 1.8 liter petrol engine, while his is 3.0 or 3.5 V6 engine. So, but I'm not here to talk about the fuel consumption. I want to talk about the design or intention of manufacturer of these engines. Most of these vehicles or the engines in them, the producers most times will state, oh, this particular vehicle or model of car with this particular engine, the top speed, the maximum speed of this vehicle is 180 kilometers per hour, 200 kilometers, 250 kilometers per hour, or even 160 kilometers per hour. So it means do not go beyond this if you are buying this vehicle, or if you have it already and you're on highway. Do not push it beyond this particular vehicle speed. But then you see the users, they make it more like a habit, pushing those cars. If a car says 160, they push it close to that 160. When you do that, don't expect the fuel consumption the manufacturer claimed that you are going to get it. Because when they claim, oh, you are going to get 60 miles per gallon if you buy this model of car with this engine and transmission, they've considered and checked the capacity of the engine, the transmission attached to it, and done some tests and realized that, okay, on average you can get this on a certain speed. And also, for this vehicle engine to last for you, do not exceed this speed. But when you ignore that and do exactly the opposite, don't expect or complain when you do not get the mileage or the fuel consumption the manufacturer claimed. And don't also complain when the car doesn't last the mileage you expect. In this case, I'm referring to the engine. What do you think happens when an engine manufacturer said, or the manufacturer of the vehicle says, the maximum speed is 180 kilometers per hour, and you actually, every time you are on highway, you are pushing this vehicle to 180 kilometers per hour as your average speed? Of course, you are stressing the engine. It says, the engine can take up to 180 kilometers per hour, but that doesn't necessarily mean it should be a norm for you to, maintain that speed whenever you're on highway. It means that's the limit that engine can take. So if you are pushing everything to its maximum or to its limit, the common sense will tell you that, you are stressing that thing. Another example is I think I did a video yesterday and I mentioned one engine, that's supposed to, the top speed is 160 kilometers per hour. What that engine means is, or what the manufacturer is trying to tell you is, drive it as designed. When you drive it as if you are driving a V6 car or a 3.5 liter engine vehicle, for example, that engine has 72 horsepower, and you go into the vehicle, enter highway, and you start pushing the car as if it's a 3.0 liter engine with 200 or 210 horsepower. What do you think is going to happen to that engine? Of course, it's not going to blow up, but it's not going to last as intended by the manufacturer. If you want a quick accelerating vehicle, then go for one. Don't buy one with a small engine or small capacity or power that is meant purely for fuel economy, that is meant to be driven slowly, because it doesn't have that power for you to just push it down and it picks up or move the way the one with higher power will do. When you do that, even if you don't care about the fuel economy that you're supposed to, the engine offers, but you also, stressing the engine to the point that it will not last as intended. Yeah, the V6 one or the one with 210 horsepower, the user of that vehicle may be pushing it every time it's on highway 180 or 200 kilometers per hour, and two of you probably are doing the same thing almost the same time, giving the same distance and the same vehicle speed. The V6 one may last 100 years, but yours, give it maybe 10 years or so. It's not because your engine is smaller, that's why you not like. It's because you are using it as not intended. You are pushing it beyond, you are stressing the engine. So my point is, if the V6 user is pushing his own 200 kilometers or 180 kilometers per hour, you should limit your speed to 120 kilometers per hour. That way it will last the same mileage. The engine will last the same mileage or years with the V6. It doesn't, people try to make them that V6 lasts longer than the smaller engine. I don't think so. It's all about usage. If you want your engine to last longer as the manufacturer produces it to last, then you have to adhere, you have to consider certain things. That okay, the power of this engine can only give me 180 kilometers per hour maximum. So what it means is I have to apply common sense. So what's in between the 180, what's the speed I can do that will not stress the engine? For me, if a car says 180 kilometers per hour, it means it will not be wise to push it beyond 130 kilometers. I'm being honest. I'm not saying you can every once in a while that there may not be need for you to go beyond 130. Maybe you can even push it to 150 or so, then let it come back. But if it says 130, if it says 180 kilometers per hour maximum speed, and you push it to, every time you drive, you push it to that 180, even you will feel it in the vehicle. You will know that the engine is crying, is screaming, including the gearbox. Every part of it is screaming. In fact, even before it gets to that 180, you have to push the throttle pedal to the floor. Which also means, of course, holding it to the floor for a very long time means the fuel consumption at that time is probably even much higher than that one of higher engine or bigger engine or higher power, trying to attain the same speed that one is doing. My point is, if a 210 horsepower engine is doing 180 kilometers per hour, and you want to attain the same 180 kilometers per hour with your 72 horsepower engine, you will be surprised that your 72 horsepower engine will consume more fuel than that of 210 horsepower. giving the same speed two of you are doing at that 180 kilometers per hour. You know, I'm not saying it's a fact, but I'm telling you the possibility is there, because at that 180 kilometers per hour, the one of 210 horsepower is probably just the throttle pedal is just probably halfway down, while your own has to be touching the floor. Of course, you know, the more you press the accelerator down, the more fuel goes in. So these are the things you need to consider when you are buying a car. What do you actually want out of a vehicle? Even if you want, let's say, okay, Peugeot 508. You want Peugeot 508. What do you want from the Peugeot 508? Because not all of them, they don't have the same engine. They have various engines, even different fuel types, diesel, petrol, and I think they also want to add, what's it called? Hybrid. That's the electric with petrol or diesel engine, or probably they may even add full electric 508. You know. So these are things you need to understand. What do you want? Do you want the one that will give you 70 miles per gallon at 120 kilometers per hour maximum speed? Or do you want the one that will give you 40 miles per gallon at the same 120 kilometers per hour? Or do you want the one that will give you 40 miles per gallon 40 miles per gallon at 180 kilometers per hour? Or the one that will give you 20 miles per gallon at 180 kilometers per hour? Or the one that, you know, based on what you need the car for, you don't see yourself pushing the car, ever having a need of pushing the car beyond 120 kilometers per hour, probably because of the laws, the road regulation or speed limit in your country. So you find out that, okay, you are not actually the speed type, or your government has made it difficult for you guys to drive your car and enjoy it, so you can never go beyond 120. So, and you actually want a car that will give you the best fuel economy among that 508. Why not go for the one that will give you, even though the power may not be much? Then among them, you can get, I think they like the petrol ones, like the phase 3. They have one of 130 HP, 150 HP, 156, 165, 225. Of course, the one of 225 horsepower will consume more. It has more power, yeah, but it will consume more, no matter how you want to look at it. Fortunately, yes, they are better equipped. Those ones with higher power are better equipped. Unfortunately, you pay the price in fueling the car. I'm not saying they are fuel guzzler. For example, 406 V6, the engine power is 210 horsepower, and that is 2000 production, producing 2000. However, that of 508, which is not V6 but is turbocharged, it has about 225 horsepower. That it has more power than that of 406 V6, producing 2000, while this 508 with 225 horsepower producing 2019, this year. The 508 consumes less, even though it has more power, yet it consumes less than that of 406, produced many years ago with less power. Likewise, even 308 GTI with about 270 horsepower, like 2015, 2016 model, produce about 270 horsepower, yet consume less than the 406 producing 2000 with 210 horsepower. For example, the 308 GTI with 270 horsepower, the average fuel consumption is about 44 miles per gallon, while that of 406 V6 in 2010 in 2000, produced in 2000 with 210 horsepower, covered about 39 miles per gallon. More power, because the technology has been improved. It has more power but consume less. The older one, lesser power but consume more. So likewise, means if you are going for a 508 with 150 horsepower or 150 something, it's still, if the 508 engine, if the 225 horsepower engine consumes, let's just say 44 miles per gallon at 120 kilometers per hour, the one on 150 may consume, give you average of probably like 50 or 50 something miles per gallon. So those are the things you check. If you are not into speed, you have to consider, okay, you don't need this big power engine. Then if you end up with that smaller engine, if you end up with the smaller engine, what it also means is you don't stress it, you don't push it. You before you even buy it, check for the maximum speed limit. Let it be one of the criteria, things you look out for when you are buying a car or choosing a car to buy. Look for, okay, find out what engine is in that vehicle. When you find out what's the maximum speed for that engine in that particular model, so if it says 180, you now look at yourself, oh, but I like doing 150, average of 150 or 160 kilometers per hour on highway. It means that engine will not serve you. Even though, yeah, it will consume less, but it will not serve you. So you can as well go for that same model of the vehicle. If it's 508, you go for one with a higher power to see if there's anyone that maybe you will say maximum speed 200 or 220. In that case, yeah, it will make sense for you to do that 170, knowing that it will not stress the engine. You are not pushing the engine to limit. The same thing with tires. When you want to buy a tire, you don't go and buy the tire that the manufacturer says, or the speed rating indicates that, oh, the maximum speed for that tire is let's say 120 kilometers per hour. If you buy it and put in the car and you always do that 120 kilometers per hour, you are stressing that tire. Even though, yes, you are not pushing it beyond the limit, but it means you're always pushing it to its limit, and after a long while it will fail. It's just like your radio. I just want to be giving you instances so you apply your critical thoughts in what I'm saying. Just like radio, yeah, it has a maximum and minimum volume. If you're always playing your radio or your hi-fi system, you put it to the maximum volume, what's going to happen is, yeah, it will give you that sound you want, but if it becomes a habit that you only leave it at that maximum, after a while, either the sound IC in the radio will blow up, or one of the speakers will start breaking or tearing apart or cracking. So you look at what's the maximum of that thing, and I know that, because if the maximum is this, it means you have to be, the maximum you can do is something in between the minimum and the maximum. For example, when I'm refilling my engine oil or changing engine oil, I don't top up to the maximum. I leave it in between the maximum and minimum. You don't have to push something to its limit. I'm not saying once in a while, it could happen, there could be need for it, or you just want to catch fun, you do that, but you know that, okay, you did it today, and let me not make it, becomes a thing. I'm doing it all the time. One of the reasons why I can't wait till the day I will change or convert my 607 with the AM6 gearbox, automatic gearbox, convert it to manual gearbox, is because it's a very good gearbox, shifts very well. In fact, it still shifts like operates like brand new gearbox. However, it can be frustrating sometimes, because for me to get for me to enjoy it like I enjoy my 406 with the same engine, 406 V6, but in this case manual, for me to enjoy it like my manual 406 V6, I have to most time push the throttle pedal to the floor. And what that happens, and whenever I do that, it will push the RPM to the red zone, which I've never, since I started using my 406 for like 7 years, I've never driven the 406 and the RPM gets to the red zone. I've never yet. I do all kinds of crazy speed with this vehicle. But in fact, I don't think I've ever gone beyond halfway the throttle pedal. With all the speed I've done, it's always something between the, as I'm pressing, and before you get to halfway, the need for me to shift another gear will come. Unlike, but then automatic, if you want to drive it like that, it means you have to crawl. The car will be crawling, it will not pick up, it won't do anything. And then for you to pick up like that, it means you have to push the throttle down. And once you push the throttle down, it's more like you want it to hold the RPM till it gets to this thing. Unfortunately, it will hit the red zone. You find out that most of the time I'm driving is always hitting the red zone, which I'm not comfortable with. What it means is I'm stressing the engine. So which if I keep doing it that way, the engine will not last for me as the 406 one has lasted, and it's still running. So guys, you have to consider all these things. Check your fuel. Find out what do you want from that vehicle. What exactly do you want? These are the things you have to make some certain personal decisions. Stop listening to the crowd. Personally, anybody's opinion, fuck that. It's none of yours. I can give you my opinion, but what I'm trying to do is to make you make your own choice. As in, to think within you, okay, my own perspective, does it resonate with you? Or my own perspective, opinion might even inspire you to say, okay, he wants a V6 engine, but I actually want a V8. Because from what he enjoys, it means I even want to enjoy or have the feelings or experience more than he is doing. So in my case, I will not go for a higher engine. Or if this is what he's enjoying, or maybe he's having, because he has more power in his own vehicle and he's having fun. However, he's paying for the fuel for him to have that fun. I'm not interested in having that kind of fun while driving. So I can as well go for one with a lower power automatic transmission, so that I will gain more fuel or get less fuel consumption in the vehicle. That's what I mean when I'm giving you my perspective. Not for you to be like a zombie. Everything I say, that's the gospel. No. But that's unfortunate, because people just focus so much on what the majority is doing. Look at people now. You see people, all of a sudden, they start selling their phones. They start changing. Everybody is buying this particular model of phone or brand of phone that just came out. Even though his own personal phone is still serving him very well, he will just go and sell it to buy that one. Sometimes even weeks down the line, not even months, another new model will come up. They hasn't even finished enjoying or paying for that one. He's out again because everybody is buying another new phone in the market. He will rush and sell it to buy that one. So as I say, what exactly do you want? Even if you want to buy, you like new things, you like changing, fine. As it's coming out, look at the options. No, I've never seen any manufacturer produce a particular model with only one engine. No. If it's 508 that you want to buy, or Peugeot 301, or Peugeot 3008, or Peugeot 308, whichever one, what do you want? Do you want the one that will give you the best fuel economy out of them, or that will consume least fuel out of them? Or okay, you're not much interested in fuel consumption. You just want maybe the one that has average power, that will still give you fuel economy, but at least give you the chance of once in a while to enjoy the car. But you don't want the one with big engine that it will be difficult for you to always get that fuel economy. Or you want the average one. You look at it, that one is there. That's what they do. They start from the lowest powered engine to the highest. At least I know Peugeot cars, in every model they will have at least up to 3. They will never produce a vehicle with only one engine. At least up to 3. Most times like 2 petrol engine and 1 diesel. Sometimes 2 petrol engine and 3 diesels. Or sometimes maybe only 1 petrol engine and 3 diesel. You know, they will always give you that option. Okay, this one lower, this one higher. Then you look at it, okay, it means this is what I will gain. However, what about maximum speed? What's maximum speed of the one with this engine, or the one with the lowest engine? If you say 150 or 140 kilometers per hour as the maximum speed, it means, okay, can I live with only doing 100 kilometers per hour on highway? Am I the type that can live with that? If I'm not the type, it means I have to sacrifice a little bit of fuel economy to go for one with higher power, so that my engine will last for me. I don't know how else to explain this thing, because I see people always complaining my engine is dying, even though I'm taking good care of it, I'm not abusing it, or my car is consuming fuel, even though everything in the car checks out. But nobody ever wondered or questioned the usage. He has never bothered himself to find out, okay, how do I even use this car? Why is the engine failing even though I don't abuse it? So if you don't, I understand that most people may not have the technical know-how, or how to know what exactly, not that they don't know what they want, but how to, you know what you want. How do you now identify it from the vehicle, or the particular model that will serve you better? In that case, you now need someone to interpret these things for you. An expert may help you on that regard. I do that too. Maybe there are other people who can do that. Or you can ask the question in Google. I created the line community where you can also ask some of these questions, and people, the users there, can also educate you. So I hope this helps, and make your own choice and enjoy these cars. Every engine will last for you as long as you want. It just depends on how you use it. And every car too will consume fuel, not as bad as most people complain that they do. If you actually, I don't think any user, but if any Peugeot car, every Peugeot car, none of them, modern ones, will consume anything less than 30 miles per gallon. I bet you. Even the ones produced in the year 2000 till date, no matter how big or powerful the engine is, they were not designed to consume less than 30 miles per gallon on highway. So if yours is consuming less than that, it means there's a problem. Either your vehicle has issues you've not settled out with the engine, or what controls the engine, or your driving style is poor, or maybe you are driving the car beyond its limit, or using the engine beyond what it can handle. Anyway, talk to you guys soon.